And we were surprised to see that Fetty Wap is actually going to be on there. I have to say, when I first seen the trailer, I was like, dang, because a lot of times people aren't able to get certain people that they have kids with that are as big as Fetty Wap to be on something like Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, well, we were working on co-parenting and, you know, working on our relationship. And, you know, he agreed to do it to be supportive at first.
Oh, you got kids with Young Fetty?
So, I went to a club. He was hosting a club that night.
In New York?
In Atlanta, I'm lying. In LA.
Okay, LA.
It was a club next door to where I used to live. And I walked in, I sat down, he walked up to me.
I remember when you guys first started dating because Fetty Wap was up. He said that he felt like you set him up, like you came there to the club to meet him.
I did.
The whole thing.
But I didn't come. No, I did come to meet him to do a record with him.
You do music?
Yeah, we actually have a record together called Underway.
He's a singer.
So this is what happened. So this is legit what happened.
So you're an unsigned artist. You went to the club to meet Fetty Wap to get a record.
Well, okay, when you say like not exactly. Let me tell my damn version, sir. So closer than I could walk. So I just went to the club and I'm sitting down and he was performing and I told my girlfriends I'm gonna do a record with him. They're like, okay, bitch, whatever. And he just walked up to me and said, oh, you're Masika. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, well,
he knew who you were already.
He did.
You rap or sing?
Sing.
Sing a little something.
Okay, lie. Anyway, so let me get my story out.
Okay.
Let me get my story out. So, you know, he was talking a little bit and I was like, hey, this is great, but I'm a businesswoman. I would love to pay you for a record. And he kind of stopped and like laughed at me. And I'm like, well, what's funny? And he was like, you want to pay me for a record? And I'm like, isn't that what you do? He's like, yeah, but I've never had a girl offer to pay me. I'm like, well, what are you supposed to do? I want to do a record. I'll pay for it. So he's like, nah, I'll do it for free. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
He's like, I've never had a woman offer to pay. I've had girls like, yo, you can do it. Yo, hook me up. You don't need it. He's like, but you're the first person to approach me. Like, I got you. So we exchanged numbers like that. And I'm like, don't just be doing the club talk. Like, because we in the club and I'm cute or whatever. Like, make sure you do it. He's like, nah, like, legit, I'll do it. And he left, went to his hotel, went home. We ended up, like, talking on FaceTime. And he ended up, like, spending the whole week with me, like, every day.
That's dope.
And I went to, like, all the clubs he hosted. I went to the studio with him. We was at his concerts. And he actually didn't do the record.
How long did it take him to smash?
Not that long. Not that long.
I like your style, Mom.
Day, week.
Day. Yeah.
I like your style, Mom.
And honestly, like, that's the quickest I've ever slept with somebody.
Okay, Fetty, we see you.
However,
You had birth at the time. You was all over the radio.
had nothing to do with the birth.
Okay.
Had absolutely nothing. We have the same birthday. We act just alike.
What's your birthday?
June 7th.
So you guys had a lot of
Gemini.
chemistry.
Yeah,
early on.
we hit it off very well. And then he actually didn't get to record the record. He was leaving to come back here for a concert. He changed his flight and was late for his show to do the record with me. And then, you know, we just kept seeing each other and talking and blah, blah, blah. And he wanted to get a house together. Like, we had a realtor. Like,
Okay.
everything.
I know you didn't. Do you believe him though? Did you believe him back
He gets a
then?
house with all his bitches. What you talking about?
Oh. I was
This
like,
one gets one, and this one gets. But I mean, of course, I didn't know about all of that
A
then.
man only gonna do what he can afford
But
to do.
yeah, but here's the thing, right? I mean, because let's be honest. I live in LA. I was already moving into a bigger place. So it's like, well, why don't we just get a big house together? Because he's on the road. He's hardly ever going to be there anyway. So it's like, sure, why not? Like, instead, when you come here, instead of having to get a hotel, and then I'll be here most of the time anyway. So like, all this was his idea.
So you thought in your head we're in a committed relationship.
That's what he requested. And I'm like, yo, we can just be like, you know, it's no pressure. But he was like, no, I'm not with anybody. There's nobody.
Whoa.
I don't have a girlfriend. There's no one that can think that they're my girlfriend. Like, the whole nine.
After smashing after just a day, he wanted to wife you?
It was more than
It's 2 days.
There's a week of.
it was a couple weeks maybe that he wanted to do that.
That's quick. Because Fetty Wap was up here and I asked him about it. As a matter of fact, we
Play
had that.
some of it. You
Yeah,
got
we
the
had that
audio?
audio.
Play the audio real quick.
You were up here that day?
No, but I did see it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
I was like, aren't you dating? I'm gonna tell you what made it really awkward was I didn't know
The girl with him?
his girlfriend was in the
The girl of the day? Yeah.
Yeah, his girlfriend was actually in there. I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, I found out all this stuff.
Go ahead, let's listen.
Well, you had a girlfriend, Alexis Scott, and then you were messing with Masika from Love and Hip Hop as well.
No, I wasn't messing.
Yeah, how you doing?
Cause I be on the blogs.
Business, sheesh.
So you saying that's not true? It wasn't you and Masika?
Somebody look like me.
How did that make you feel?
Well, at that point, at that point, we had already broken up.
Were those lyrics for him that you wrote at that time?
Nah, not at all. I wanted to do like something like a Trina mixed with Little Kim type vibe. Like say things that women don't really say, but they think.
Like talking about sucking and eating and stuff?
No, I was actually talking about like putting my vagina in your face. That's
on
what's
your
beeped out.
sideburns.
That's what's beeped out. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to push the envelope and kind of go there and have fun with it. So I created the hook, and he was like, "Okay, let's go. I like it." And so he kind of went off of that.
Did you make him eat your vagina for inspiration?
I didn't make him, however he chose to. So.
Did he eat your too?
Really?
You guys.
Eat your vagina for inspiration?
I didn't make him, however he chose to. So.
Did he eat
With Fetty's other children's mothers.
I haven't met any of them
You haven't
yet.
met any of
No.
them? Because they all seem like, I don't know if they cool with each other or...
You know, I stay out of it. I really don't know. Like, I don't concern myself with things that I don't know.
But what about your kids? Do you want your daughter to know, like, her brother?
Oh, absolutely. In due time. And I feel like, that is Willie's responsibility to do that. So, I don't know any of them, and, I just...
You feel like it's important to know them, though, just because your kids are going to end up being together at some point? Do you feel like, at some point, I need to meet these women?
Yeah, at some point, absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me ask you a question. This is going to sound...
That's a legit question. No, I did. I definitely did. No, I did, for real. I talked to my doctor about it. I asked him, is it hereditary? What can happen? Without him talking to Fetty, he couldn't exactly tell me.
Right.
He did, say a couple reasons why it could have happened. And then later on in my pregnancy, when Fetty made a return, we went to the doctor's appointment, and he talked about it with the doctor. So it was determined that it's not a genetic thing.
Oh, good.
Is your daughter going to be on the show?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. And if I was like, oh, she's waiting on the reveal to put her daughter on, are you joking me?
Right.
I would never put my daughter on this ratchet ass show that I'm on. And I can say that. Here's the thing, people aren't honest about themselves. This is a ratchet ass show.
You know,
It really
most guys just be using the hell out.
Oh, well, no, he didn't want you. No, absolutely not. I won't allow you to disrespect me multiple times. So after
You let him come in you multiple times.
well, okay, he wasn't disrespecting me then, now was he? So like, if you disrespect me and you can apologize, that's cool, but I'm not going to give you the opportunity to do it over and over and over and
Because
over
that's
again.
on you after that.
Yeah, because now we've established a pattern. Now you know that you can walk all over me and I'm going to let you come right back. So we're not going to do that. So when you allow someone to do that to you multiple times, they're going to keep doing it and keep pushing and get worse and worse and worse. So, listen, he actually had somebody DM me on Floyd's page because I followed Floyd. I didn't follow Justin.
Oh, so you thought it was Floyd DMing you?
No, I know Floyd. I knew it wasn't Floyd.
Okay.
Like, me and Floyd are cool. Like, that's my homie.
So Floyd smashed too?
What
part
y'all
of
like?
homie?
This is disrespectful
What?
now. Every time she
The only
mentions...
thing Floyd smashes in the ring and ain't got shit to do with me, that's my homeboy.
Gotcha.
That's my
Okay.
people. He gets great relationship advice, which is really ironic because he gets a hair.
Yeah, you got to step
But
in every time
that's
she
the man
says
to
she
listen
knows
to.
someone.
He actually gives me amazing advice.
What's the advice? Get down on my harem?
No, nah.
Okay.
He told me that a man can do for you what he can afford, and if he won't, then that means that shows how he feels about you.
That's
so,
right.
That's kind of how to gauge it. Like, if he can't do this, but he can do this, and he does it, cool. If he can do all this and won't, then he can't.
That's great advice, actually. Because if you can, like, afford to give a girl the world, you'll give her the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you can't, then you'll give her, like, tokens of your
Hey.
appreciation that show you love her.
And
You know
it's,
what I
and
mean?
it's not always.
So you started off on Love and Hip Hop dating Young Berg.
No.
Berg.
No. Actually, I didn't. I started off single.
Okay, you were single and
yeah.
you guys hooked
Nobody
up.
wants to claim Young Berg now. You claimed him when he had that record out.
Not what record?
Give it up to Young Berg. I mean, you know.
Listen, I was doing my job, okay?
It was your prostitute?
No. Filming with him was my job.
Oh, okay.
Filming with him
That
was
sex
my
comes,
job.
sex comes with that?
Who said that?
So you didn't have sex with Young
I
Berg?
didn't say that either.
All right, now let's get into what happened. Really supposed to be on the show with Bow Wow's baby mom.
Yes.
And that didn't work out.
Yes.
So then somehow you guys ended up dating.
Completely by accident.
You
to
and
be
Bow
honest.
Wow?
No, Young Berg.
Really? You just gonna put another one in there?
Let me write that one
No.
down. Bow Wow.
Originally, Berg was dating Joy. And I don't know what happened with them in filming, but halfway through filming, there were people that were released, people that were hired, which is when Nikki came and Molly came back. But Molly was never actually hired. He was a free hoe. Anyway, so
okay.
yeah, free hoe. Nikki got hired. She got paid. Cool. So somehow throughout the season, there was so much drama going on, and I really didn't know anyone that well. I met Berg years before, so we ended up being like besties. Like, we would hang out at each other's house and just drink every day. Everyone thought we were dating. We weren't. So no one believed us. And our chemistry was just awesome. People think that me and him just popped up like episode 7 together. We had actually filmed so much together, but when people were released from the show, they had to delete all the footage. So all the footage that we shot, we were talking about Joy or talking about this person, that person, all that had to go. So I looked hella shady, popping up episode 7, like, oh, you with this, you never, no, we.
Where you guys were in a hotel room and there was a domestic assault charge on him against you.
You put hands on him?
Should have.
No, he put hands on her.
What? Not necessarily.
And that's why he. No. But I feel like he admitted that in court.
Something did happen. So basically, this is the part he keeps lying about. After the reunion, we're there for hours. Everybody's drinking, and we just lit. And we hadn't had any food for the whole day. So we went out with one of our producers and some other her kids who actually were working on the show. And we sit down. He orders a round of shots for everybody. Another round of shots. We order the food. Food comes. He's like, all right, let's go. Wrap it up. Take it to go. And it was like, wait, well, we just sat down. Like, our food's not even here. He's like, well, I'm ready to go. And it was just like, okay, well, we want to sit down and eat. So he gives the guy his car. His car gets declined.
Oh, damn.
Wow. That's the worst.
Now, it could have been because we're in a different state. It could have been because there was nothing in
that
there. Who
all
knows?
the time, though.
Who knows why?
It could be declined because, you know, how
it could be any reason.
Call because
these
charges correct.
It could be any reason. But cart got declined, and he literally gets up and hightails it out the restaurant. And
maybe he saw Mano or Trick walking in.
Y'all in New York? It could have been
Mano. We was in New York.
Might have been Mano. You might have saw Mano outside.
Nah, he didn't see nobody.
Okay.
So he got up and hightails it out at the restaurant. So I'm like, yo, what are you doing? So I follow him, and everybody's following me, and he hops in a cab, and I'm like, are you serious?
He just ran out
and
of the building.
And he pieced out so fast.
Man. Well, a man will only do what he can afford to do for you. So
you know what? Listen.
Volleyball?
No. Yes, you did. You did date volleyball.
Here's the thing. I didn't even know Molly. Let's be honest.
Okay, that's how they set it up. Like that you were.
That's how he tried to set it up.
Okay.
So what Molly Mall now?
Molly Mall, the one that
was hip hop legend Molly Mall.
Absolutely not.
No. Molly Mall that was dating Miss Nikki Baby.
Yeah.
That was his girl.
So basically.
Baby are cool though.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did you guys end up making up? Because on the show, it looked like you guys really couldn't stand each other after Molly Mall, after all this thought business.
You threw a drink at her.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, actually, from the beginning, I was trying to tell her, yo, like you're stupid. This dude is using you. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't want to be with you or me. He wants to be on TV. Like he wants to be on more than the girls want to be on. And she was believing what he was saying, but he needed her. First he needed me, then I kicked him to the curb.
Right.
Then